At a rally last night, the president slammed the whistleblower's attorney, who had been vowing in tweets to allies to get rid of Trump as far back as 2017. It happened as he's coming off the plane.
Coming off the plane, and they hand me, look at this character. Okay, they just hand me this story. Coup has started, whistleblower's attorney said in 2017. You know when that was? That was a long time ago. They say January 2017, a coup has started, and the impeachment will follow. Ultimately, it's all a hoax. It's a scam.
A coup, it's true. Mark Zaid, a never-Trump fanatic, had long called for Trump's impeachment and now represents the whistleblower who, like the dossier plotters and the collusionists, had also been working with the Dems to concoct an impeachment scheme. All you need is an ambitious lawyer and an embedded activist willing to blow a whistle only Democratic dogs can hear. In the media world of what-ifs, here is a what-is. Actual tweets proving intent by insiders to overthrow a president. And once again, we see how the media and the Dems' desires coincide perfectly. Because way back then, Zaid also coyly tweeted this, quote, "I predict CNN will play a key role in Donald Trump not finishing out his full term as president." Holy crap. Now, maybe he was just applying for a job at CNN, or perhaps he was working with them already. Because the fact is, CNN, the Dems, the Times, they're all working for each other, trying to manipulate you with the same old story that gave us collusion and all the other non-bombshells. I mean, don't you find it really odd how the networks bent over backwards to protect this special whistleblower because, well, they hate Trump, yet CBS fires a whistleblower for outing ABC for burying coverage of a known molester? I guess politics takes priority over pedophiles. I doubt CNN will report that, now when you've got all those Trump misspellings to uncover. So here's some of the tweets that Zaid did back 2 years ago. Coup has started. As one fails, two more will take their place. Rebellion, impeachment. A second tweet on the coup. Coup has started. First of many steps. Rebellion, impeachment will follow. So, Jesse, you were not supposed to be saying the word coup. I think now you can say coup all you want.
Yeah, I got whacked for saying coup, and now it's okay. So I guess there's a coup double standard, right, Juan? And this is also why I don't tweet.
Yes.
Because it's going to come back to bite you. Why give your opposition any more ammunition? You're going to give it up anyway. Imagine if the Republican Party tried to pull a stunt like this off. They would be laughed out of Washington, D.C. Now the lawyer's compromised, the whistleblower's compromised, Schiff is compromised. The whole thing is crooked, okay? They wanted to impeach Donald Trump 3 years before the perfect phone call.
Yeah.
He hadn't even made the perfect phone call, and they wanted to launch a coup. That's how sick it is. Now, the conservative online media had to go back and find these tweets. This is a month and a half after this whole thing started. Why haven't the networks found anything about Mark Zaid, the attorney for the whistleblower? It's because they're working with him, and they don't want to know who's running the coup, because they don't want the public to know who's running the coup, because the left is running the coup. And it's an inside job, because if you look at Rudy, the lawyer for the president, they know everything about Rudy. They know what he eats for breakfast, when he butt dials someone. He can't go anywhere without them noticing. Mark Zaid's talking about launching a coup 3 years before this whole thing happened, and they tried to keep it in the dark for 3 years. Also, great point in the monologue about a whistleblower double standard. They want to go after the president, but they don't want to go after a international child sex trafficking ring because it has a Bill Clinton connection. That's disgusting. Also, last point, everyone knows who the whistleblower is. We all know who it is. Google the whistleblower. You can find it. It's out there. Fox probably has it 99% nailed down who it is. We don't want to be first. Every other network doesn't want to do it because they want to protect the whistleblower because it's a part of the scheme. But it is not illegal to out a whistleblower if you're the media. They have the right to report what they want.
But there is an obligation to protect a whistleblower from retaliation. So it's not odd that they're trying to protect the whistleblower. But to question the attorney for the whistleblower, Juan, is what is happening today. You don't have to look far into those tweets to really question as an American, the lawyer for the whistleblower, not just talking about a coup, but saying, quote, we will get rid of him, talking about the president of the United States. In another tweet listing Johnson, Nixon, Clinton impeachment hearings. Next up, real Donald Trump. He said this in May. So This is the lawyer protecting the whistleblower. I spoke to former U.S. Attorney Guy Lewis this morning. He said, if you're a lawyer on the other side or a fair-minded American, I have great concerns about these texts, and so should all of you. Why not question this, Juan? Are you willing to question the attorney representing this whistleblower?
As I recall, there were huge marches in January of 17 against Donald Trump and people holding up signs, Sandra, that said impeach Donald. So I don't get it. To me, this is more of an effort to distract from, even more evidence, more testimony, distract from the Tuesday elections and Republicans getting bumped.
Winning the
governorship. The reality is the whistleblower's name is not relevant because what you said is true.
That's his name, not relevant?
The whistleblower is protected against retaliation by law. Secondly, the lawyer's tweets about Trump are not relevant. The lawyer's political party, he's represented Republicans and Democrats. Not relevant.
Wait,
no,
lie to the
wait
audience,
a second
Juan.
this time. You
this
always
guy
interrupt.
is a left-wing player.
Hey, look, I don't interrupt you. Don't interrupt me, all right?
It's not
okay,
true.
Here we go. What is relevant is that the whistleblower's account has been affirmed, first by the IG and the Director of National Intelligence Office, right, who said this is relevant, this must go forward. Secondly, it's been confirmed by people who were on the phone call, people in the administration. It's been confirmed by diplomats. The evidence keeps piling up. Read the transcript, says Donald Trump. Read the transcript. What do you get when you read the transcript? This is a shakedown in process. Sandra, that's what's relevant. Don't fall for all the dust, all the confusion, all the dizziness.
Well, I think when you're talking about a coup and removing the president of the United States, who has been voted for in a democracy, and the left claims to care a whole lot about democracy, it actually does matter what the intentions are of the attorneys. And now there's a whole bunch of questions about whether the attorneys reached out to someone to become the whistleblower, or once they saw something they thought rose to the occasion, or if the whistleblower went to them first with secondhand knowledge of this phone call. And it wasn't just the tweets about the coup, by the way. This guy also has tweets about praising the attorneys for Brett Kavanaugh's accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, saying it was amazing they were doing the work for her pro bono. He actually wanted to reach out and help Michael Avenatti. So when you're talking about intent and credibility, these things matter. And one more thing, the other attorney for the same whistleblower here, his name is Andrew Bakaj. He also was talking 2 years ago about removing President Trump from office through the 25th Amendment. And where have we seen that language? In the anonymous op-ed that was published in the New York Times, and in this new book that is reportedly coming out from this anonymous person accusing Mike Pence of wanting to do the same thing.
I think if there's one
lawyer... The lawyer responded, by the way, by laughing at the criticism, and he put out a statement to Fox News and said those tweets were reflective of and repeated this sentiments of millions.
He doubled down.
Let me just say, if you're going to go after people's lawyers, go after Rudy Giuliani, who's in deep trouble for hanging around with people who are alleged to have committed crimes.
He isn't calling for a coup. This is a really dumb question. If a person publicly announces before any infraction or crime committed that they are going to get you, like let's say a prosecutor says, Jesse, I don't like Waters World, I am going to bust you. That person cannot, he should be recused from any case.
He also should have his head checked because it's a great shot.
But I mean, the point is, if somebody, anybody who's saying this should not be, he's compromised. This is such a great story. It's fallen apart.